and welcome back to the PlayStation Pod. Respawning's PlayStation Pod even. That's the one. My name's Mikey. I'm back with Hav.
Hiya.
And this is a special edition episode because we are live in the studio.
Yeah, we're together today.
We're not recording over Skype like a bunch of losers.
And this is official. And we've had a couple of beers as well, so...
I feel like we should put that out as some sort of like...
warning.
Yeah, just so everyone knows. We have been day drinking.
This is the half-cut PS Pod.
Yes, we already have a title. It's the Drunkcast. It's the Respawning PlayStation Pod.
Following our
Drunkcast.
Drunk Souls stream last night, we decided to drink more beer and then record a podcast.
Yeah. We thought that'd be good.
Yeah.
We thought, to be honest, if you haven't seen the Drunk Souls podcast, oh my god, we are drunk. The Drunk Souls YouTube video, then go watch that because that was fun. Yeah. And it was so fun we thought we'd do it again in podcast form, just without Dark Souls, just with PlayStation related news.
Yeah.
That's enough waffle in it. Should we crack on with it?
Yeah, crack on.
As always with the PlayStation Pod, we are going to start with PlayStation themed news. And
what news have you got?
The news I've got is actually the thing we was excited for most last week. We were rushing up last week's podcast to try get done and get out to watch State of Play. And it turns out the fucking state of Play was absolutely terrible.
What a shambles.
Oh, it was so bad. There's really nothing to talk about when it comes to State of Play. We were expecting to have all this news and, all these things to talk about.
I thought there'd be like Last of Us news. I thought they would like announce a secret game, maybe give some like details on. I can't even think of I'm trying to think of games that they haven't done. There's so much they didn't do that I was expecting.
Yeah. Well, you wanted VR games.
Yeah.
You got Iron Man VR.
Yeah.
Happy with that?
No. Basically, I'll tell you what, that State of Play has pushed me closer to selling my VR than I have ever been before.
That's mental. Considering you said last week that this State of Play needs to give me a reason to keep my VR.
Yeah.
And you've now basically said, it's giving me more reason to sell it.
You and I, as well as being PlayStation fans, we're the biggest Marvel fans going.
Yeah.
That Iron Man VR looks shit.
It does.
It's going to be an on-rail shooter, which is branded with Iron Man, and it's going to be incredibly disappointing. I already know that. And I'll play it if I've still got the VR at the time, but I know it's going to be wank.
Yeah. It doesn't look great.
Imagine if it had been like, oh, no, actually, we're announcing an Iron Man game that follows the Spider-Man PS4.
That would be amazing.
Why didn't they do that?
And I think a lot of people kind of thought that. I think a lot of people saw that, oh shit, it's Friday.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's Iron Man related. Oh, VR.
Yeah. Oh, no. Everyone's disappointed. It's just another thing. It's like VR hasn't gotten the way that it's becoming more of a gimmick, and I tried to deny it for so long, but it's collecting dust. Do you know what I mean?
I do feel like this seems to be a recurring theme on this podcast. It's like, is the VR even, is it worth it? Is it failing? I mean, I just saw a stat the other day that, I can't remember off by heart, but it was something like, X amount of million people own the VR, which is way more than Sony were expecting.
Yeah.
But then they says when you consider how many people own a PlayStation, it's like 3% own a VR, something like that. You don't quote me on those stats, but...
Is everyone actually using it and playing it? Are people picking it up weekly?
That's a very good point, actually. As like yourself, you've bought a VR, enjoyed it for a while, and now it just sits collecting dust.
And I bought off someone who the same thing happened to.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise you didn't buy it in the store.
Is that right?
Did I? How did I purchase my VR?
eBay, anyway. It was pre-owned, so...
Okay.
And I knew someone who'd done the same thing.
Yeah.
So, I think it's just one of those things that you try it for a bit and you're like, oh, this is amazing. I haven't even completed, Astrobot. And I haven't played that much of Skyrim. All the games that are really good on it. Beat Saber I played for a bit and got bored of. It's like when you get, I keep saying, when you get home or you got a kind of free evening, you don't want to put the VR on.
Yeah, it's a proper gimmick, isn't it?
Yeah,
and that's a shame. It shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't be. It should be the next step, and it is. It's really smart and it's really clever, but it's not what it could be. And I know it's the first generation of it, so look at the first generation of PlayStation, very different to now. So the third generation of VR might be nuts.
Are you worried that they might try to force the VR onto
PS5 users? Yeah.
Well, that's going to be stupid for people who already own a VR.
I think it'll be I think it'll be a bundle buy, but I just think that they'll never improve it if they don't get the backing from developers.
Put it this way, even if, for example, when the PS5 comes out, if they do a really good offer where basically if you buy the bundle, you can get the VR for like 100 quid or whatever as part of the bundle, I genuinely still wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't?
Oh, if you said right now, here's a VR for 100 quid. Nah.
No?
I wouldn't do it. What's the point? That's like saying, would I basically spend 100 quid to play Resident Evil? No. Because that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything else.
You're not wrong. Yeah. You're not wrong.
So,
you need to borrow mine and keep saying this.
Well, you're here at my house now. Why didn't you bring it?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, dick.
Yeah, State of Play was rubbish. Like, I mean, apart from the VR stuff, which was... Well, it was like Iron Man and like a bunch of kind of half-baked...
Well, that was the next bit of sort of news I was going to get into. We had a couple of trailers, didn't we? I mean, most of the games don't really spark any interest, to tell you the truth. But you got a trailer for Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, that was cool.
I mean, you're excited for that, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, no, I'm excited for Mortal Kombat. I am excited for Mortal Kombat 11, but I think that was already sold before State of Play. People who are going to buy it are already going to buy it.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of the same with... We had a big Days Gone trailer as well. But... They didn't tell us anything we didn't already know. No. They didn't give us any new information. I mean, at this point, with the game so close to release, there's no point in giving us a brand new trailer. There's no point setting up this giant streaming event to say, oh, here's a new Days Gone trailer.
Yeah.
Like, it's out next month. There's already been a shit ton of footage. Like, what a waste.
What was, like, all the VR stuff was new, but apart from that, I know they gave a release date for the Blood and Truth VR game, which is like the London heist sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
That looks interesting, but... I think there was nothing new. Like, it was another trailer for Days Gone, another cool trailer for Mortal Kombat 11. There was that game where you paint on walls or whatever. Doesn't interest me. It was just like, where were the big new hitters?
There was nothing. This was their chance to... It was meant to be like... Everyone's like, oh, it's going to be like Nintendo Direct. No one near.
Was it fucked?
And then a load of other people saying, oh, well, this is going to be what they're doing instead of E3. Fuck me, if they turned up at E3 with all that.
Yeah. Like, I was like... You know, we finished the podcast and I went downstairs and I was sat with my girlfriend and I was like, oh, I've got to put this on, got to watch it. I was like, why did I rush for this? And I missed the beginning. I even missed the beginning. I had to go back and watch.
You missed the Iron Man VR bit.
I went back and rewatched it, but the rest of it, I was just like, nope, crap. It was just awful.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just felt like an absolute tit the next day that we'd spent like the last half hour of the podcast rushing it to go watch State of Play, and it was bloody awful. Oh well.
I do hope. I don't think it's going to happen, but I hope the second one's a hell of a lot better.
Have they even announced like a date for the second one? I don't think they have they?
Don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
You gonna have a look, are you?
I'll have a look. While you
you have a look, and I'll carry on. So the next bit of news, we have a PlayStation Plus update. We get Conan Exiles and The Surge. Now, thing is, over the last sort of few months we've been doing this podcast, we have had some decent PS Plus titles, and we're sort of saying, oh, we're going to play those ones, we're going to play these ones. Yeah, I'll definitely play it. And truth be told, I haven't played that many PS Plus titles recently.
I haven't.
I've played, I downloaded Hitman, but didn't play it.
Yeah.
I played a bit of Modern Warfare Remastered, and that's it. So I'm going to ask the question again. With these two games, are you going to play them?
I'll definitely play The Surge, and I've already got Conan.
You've already played Conan.
Yeah, we reviewed it and stuff, so we've got it.
So there's no need for you to really go back on that.
It's all right.
Is it worth... Okay, for someone who's played Conan, then, is it worth... It's not worth playing.
It's one of those games where you play it for a few hours with friends, you're like, oh, this is amazing, I can build some villages. Oh my god, there's monsters, I can level up. And it gets really boring really quickly.
Oh, okay.
It's not worth downloading. But The Surge, I'm really excited for. Apparently, The Surge is the best game to play after you've played Dark Souls. So although I'm just beginning my Dark Souls journey, I'll definitely play it at some point in my life.
And I began my Dark Souls journey last night.
Yeah.
And it was very traumatic. Fell down a well. Wasn't... I don't think I'm ready for The Surge.
Yeah. I don't think there's a date for the next State of Play, by the way.
There's not?
No, it doesn't seem like it.
Okay. Right then. Next bit of news. The PlayStation Network store is now offering refunds up to 2 weeks after purchase if you haven't downloaded the game. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even realise that this was the case.
Me neither.
You couldn't.
This is literally the first time I've heard about it.
Yeah. Well, I heard all the news sort come out.
2 weeks.
Yeah, so I guess it's mostly to protect people who buy the wrong game. So you know what I mean, like, but or maybe like to protect pre-orders. If you pre-order something and the reviews come out and it's terrible and you've not downloaded it yet, you can go, nah, I'm alright. Unless you pre-ordered
That
it.
makes sense for that. But it's like, well, they're making less money, aren't they? But I suppose you're
not. It's a good kind of good PR move, really, isn't
Yeah.
it? Because you're then not looking like a dick for, if you do accidentally purchase the wrong game. If you're an idiot and you're after, I don't know, the new FIFA, and you buy FIFA 17
Yeah.
for 50 quid, as it probably still is on there. You know what I mean? And you're not sort of, you've got that chance to refund it. But yeah, I think even if you start the download, that's it, you're fucked.
I wonder how well it works.
What do you mean?
Like, is it like they go, right, you haven't downloaded this in 2 weeks since your purchase or its release, you now get the option to refund it, and you say no, but if you just still don't
Nah, I think you'd have to request I don't think they're going to be emailing them, by the way, there's the last chance for a refund.
Yeah,
fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, Sony like their money, so...
Yeah.
But this is a good move, I think
it's providing more of the retail kind of, what's the word I'm looking for?
I mean, it's something they should have been doing in the first place.
It's like making it more like a shop. So like Amazon and stuff, they're very flexible. Yeah. If something goes wrong or if you don't want it or whatever, they're good. But whereas PlayStation Store digital codes is very different.
And to be honest, if we're like talking, I mean, how often have we ended up talking about this digital future? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if that's the case, this sort of thing's got to be in place.
It's got to happen. Yeah,
it's got to be in place.
Yeah.
That kind of leads us nicely onto the next bit of news. Actually, speaking of digital codes, Sony are no longer allowing retailers to sell digital codes in their stores. I think that's a bad sign. I mean, I've never ever bought...
They're trying to like massively corner the market.
Yeah. I mean, I've never purchased a code from a store. Like, never.
No, only if it's even like a gift code.
Yeah, I've never done that. So for me personally, this doesn't matter.
No, not me neither.
But...
if I go to a store, it's because I want a cheaper physical game.
Yeah, same. But the other side of it is, I do think this is a bad sign.
But like, I guess the store would take a percentage of that.
Yeah, of course. And they've also got the chance, I guess, to like reduce it and stuff like that. They can undercut.
Go to the store and buy it. Why would you not go there and buy the disc?
I guess it's for like games that are PSN only.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know. A Way Out? No, that was on disc. Oh my god, why can't I think of any PSN games that are like, Gone Home? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything, something like that that's actually not physically available on disc that you can.
Unraveled, I think. The one with the little cotton man.
This is why we've had too many drinks. I can't think of any PSN titles right now. Undertale.
And the little wool man. He was made of wool and he unraveled as he untangled, unraveled, something like that. Was it not?
Okay.
I know.
Did you buy that? Did you buy that from the store?
No, I was gonna buy it physical. I never got round to it.
Oh, so you could buy it physical.
You can't.
Okay.
So that's like
a perfect example.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's fucking called though. Oh bloody hell. Right, yeah.
Don't daytime drink, people.
No.
It's bad.
God, well, it's gonna be tough tomorrow.
So yeah, I think it's a bad thing because I've always said, oh no, PlayStation or even Xbox, whatever, won't go discless because they don't want to piss off the retailers who sell their consoles.
Yeah.
And I've always believed that, but now it's like, well, Sony seem to be happy to piss off the retailers by not giving them codes to sell. So maybe I was wrong.
They're like, this is our market now, and like this is kind of what we're doing. It takes it away from what they're doing. It's not a good sign for stores because it's taking away that extra thing that could have kept them going for a digital age.
Yeah, definitely. And now they've not got that option.
Is it just Sony that have done it? Do you know?
Yes. But I don't know if Xbox even.
Others will follow suit.
Yeah, but I don't know if others already sell codes. I assume they do.
Yeah.
In stores.
Yeah.
I've never people jump into sort of comments on our social media and stuff like that and let us know. Do you buy codes from shops? Because I never have.
No, I never have.
I just assume if it's like PSN only, I just download it from PSN.
Yeah.
Like when I heard this, I was like, oh right, I didn't realise that was an option.
Well, great. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, too late now. So yeah, I think it's not going to be something that affects me personally, but I do think it's a bad thing for the industry.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's a good thing going forward at all. Anyway, so as far as news, we are 15 minutes in, and that is all our news.
That is quick.
It's
news.
a quiet week, to be fair.
Yeah.
And we was expecting this one to be massive because of
State of play.
Because of bloody state of play.
State of shit.
State of shit, mate. So that you said they've not got another date set for State of Play yet.
I just had a look then. If anyone knows that's listening, let us know. But I can't see it.
That's crap, innit? Did you think they know that, like...
Those do another one like, oh my god, guys, it's another one with, like, please watch us. And everyone's like, nope, the first one was awful. I'll watch the catch-up videos.
Yeah, you're right. Like, they've probably turned away an audience now.
Yeah, like us.
Like us, yeah. Well, I don't know.
Avid fans.
I'm not being funny. I'm still going to watch it.
They
don't know.
They'll improve for the next one. Hopefully they'll know that they've fucked up the first one.
We're in for the long haul. Right. So I open another can on Mike there. Like a proper professional. Okay, let's move on to what are we playing?
Oh.
I forgot about that. I just remembered to do that.
That's good.
It's not on our run sheet.
At least that's not like... It's got something to talk about, isn't it?
It does. Which is good for a podcast.
What are you playing?
Dark Souls drunkenly.
Apart from 2 hours of your week.
What am I playing? I am playing The Witcher.
Oh.
Remember last week we were like, Cavi, give me a recommendation.
Yeah.
And you didn't. But then you did.
And it wasn't The Witcher.
And it wasn't The Witcher.
It was Far Cry 5.
But if you remember, a few weeks ago on one of the older podcasts, you did say, if I remember right, your words were, you have to play The Witcher 3 before the end of this console cycle.
Yes.
So now I am.
Yeah.
So that's
Good.
what I'm doing.
Oh, I'm really proud.
Really proud.
Proud.
He's proud. No, I only hear good things. So I thought I should give it a go. For the record, paid 20 quid for it. And then found out that it was on the PlayStation Store for 12 quid. So
there's a free plug PlayStation Store for you.
Yep. There you go. If you want to send us some percentage for any sales from this sponsorship, from this, I don't know, whatever this is, then please do.
Just carry on.
We did warn you. This would be the Drunkcast. So anyway, yeah. So I got The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
For 20 quid.
Yeah.
Not bitter about it at all. Nah, it's good value, right?
Yeah, really good value.
Well, there you go.
It's like one of the best games you're ever going to play.
But 12 quid's even better value.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I obviously only heard good things. Everyone goes on about it. Like, what was it? When was it out? 2015? And everyone says it was their game of the year.
Yeah, I played it after, like, way after release as well.
Okay.
So you're not alone. I mean, not this far. I'm not this far behind, but
yeah,
I wasn't like
not as far behind as you.
I think I was maybe one of my ski seasons when it came out, but I played it quite a bit after it was originally released, and I loved it. It was my game of the year that year. Whenever I played it.
Yeah,
It's probably my game. Maybe it could be my game of the generation.
That's mental. So I've got a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
As somebody who doesn't really play RPG games, you still think I love it?
Yeah. Because what it does really well is it's not your classic RPG where it's like, oh, Ursula's lost her tiny dog. You have to go find the tiny dog in the forest.
Lost her tiny
and like the combat is all wooden and it's like two attacks and spells. It's not that. The combat is really thought out. So it's got a proper good a action game, like more similar to like Dark Side or something where the action's good. You have to use your items and things to take down certain enemies, so certain enemies won't be weak until you do one thing, right? And like, I don't want to this a little bit of a spoiler.
Oh, he's wrestling with his thoughts there. I don't know whether
there's just there are certain times where you'll do a mission and like instead of it being like, oh yeah, this is a bad monster, you've got to kill it. Like you'll be given a choice and you'll learn its backstory, or you can talk to it and.
Oh, that's quite cool.
But like
Undertale.
Yeah, it's like so like not everything is as it seems. So not everyone was really bad, but you can play however you want to play. So you can be like, oh well, it's still a monster, die.
So I could get a completely different story to you.
Massively.
Is there different paths you can go down? And, like,
so even up right into the end battle, different people can die.
Is there different endings? Then?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
I got one. There's also different romances. So there are like a few women in the. I don't think you can be gay in it. But there are a few women in it.
Well, I mean, if you could, you would have tried.
Yeah, fuck yeah. But there are a few women in it, and like you can choose who you want to be with and stuff, and it also affects the ending. So depending on who you choose and what you do during the game, but you can be a bit of a man whore and still get away with it. So it's not all about just monsters, but the story is so good. Just that is it.
I'm gonna love it.
I think you will. I don't think you'll be like, oh my god, bloody hell. Because I think like your thoughts of RPGs like Skyrim and Oblivion. And I understand if you're like not like me and many others who play this game.
I loved Oblivion.
Why didn't you like Skyrim?
I didn't have the time.
Was it too big?
It was too big. Yeah, like I don't know. RPGs for me are just like it's a time constraint thing, and I think I've said in this podcast before. Like I play in like hour bursts here and there, and I can't do that with
you need
RPGs.
like good 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah,
don't you?
I need to set aside a big chunk of time.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna hope to do for Witcher. I'm gonna try reorganize my time a lot better and try and make it so that
I think if you're a gamer, it's worth making that time for those sorts of games.
yeah.
You're like, right. Oh, I was moving to what, but I think you'll get past the kind of 5-6 hour mark, and you'll really get a feel for what it's about. But what I would say, it's one of those games where it's worth exploring more, not the lore, but what
the backstory
of the world is, and
just get to know
things
everything
like
a
don't
little
just
bit
play it
better.
like a normal RPG is what I would say, because you like I said, like battles in particular, you could go into a battle and fail, but at the same level you could go in and do really well because you've spent a bit more time out finding out about the enemy, how it dies, and all this sort of thing.
Yeah, I get you. That makes a lot of sense.
Using a different type of weapon, for example.
I mean, it's funny. Like, it's like, okay, what am I playing? And then, like, you're the only one who's got information on it. But it is worth noting, I haven't actually got that far into it.
Yeah.
I'm literally an hour and a half.
But are you in? Oh, that's very early.
Really, maybe 2 hours in. I've got to.
Do you like it?
I've played my first game of what is it?
Gwen?
Yeah. I don't know how far in that is. I'm at that. I just got past that bar where you're asking, "Have you seen this woman?"
Siri? Are you looking for Siri?
Not yet. Yennefer.
Yennefer, right? Yeah, that's one of the whores.
Oh, alright. It's not very nice.
Yennefer's really cool. I'm joking.
Okay, yeah, so that's sort of... So I'm, like, proper early. And all I've done was I did that, and then I got to sort of my first town where you can get the notice board. I think I've already told you this.
Yeah.
You get on the notice board and sort of take little jobs on. And there was this, ghost in a well that I had to go fight. Or, like, try to find out what happened. And I just got my ass handed to me. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I really remember that.
So, at the moment, I'm just sort of thinking I should just stick to the story and get good before I go off doing all these little side missions.
I mean, if you're failing already, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah. But, this is hard to say. I'd say come back on the next episode and ask me then.
Yeah,
see how
okay.
I'm getting on. Because at the moment, it's very early days. I think it looks beautiful, is my first impressions.
Yeah.
It looks stunning. Plays better than most RPGs
Yeah,
that I've played. A bit overwhelmed early on just by how much stuff there is to read and stuff like that. Like the opening cutscene, I barely followed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Which is the case with these games most of the time. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to play it, and maybe even this evening I may give it a good few hours.
Yeah, you could definitely got the opportunity.
So I will probably do that and get back to you next time and let you know
Cool.
my more in-depth thoughts.
Cool.
That's if I'm sober enough to play it. There's every chance I might just put it on and get my ass handed to me like I did on Dark Souls last night, and and then realise I shouldn't play these games after a drink. So what are you playing? He's not sure. I don't know. What am I playing?
So I'm still playing Dragon Quest 11.
Yep. I suppose you've been like with me all weekend, so
Yeah, this weekend I have been like, what was I playing last week? I'm still playing the same. Like I'm still playing Division 2 on and off, which is really good.
Can you now give your sort of final thoughts on Division 2? Because you've put a fair few hours into that now, haven't you?
Yeah, I've put enough hours into it to have an opinion on it. Like, I think if that is your sort of game, you'll play this for a very long time. Whereas me, I prefer to play RPGs. So I feel that maybe I will play it, and I will play it with Luke and Will. Like we're streaming it as much as we can, and I will.
Those two are really lovely.
They love
aren't
it,
they?
yeah, and I love
Absolutely.
it. But for a game that I'm not a big fan of the genre, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's once you start playing it a little bit, you kind of every time you get back into it, you get past the first sort of half an hour, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm really into this again, and I want to shoot things. Like the game, it's really good. Like the gameplay is amazing. I think they've made it really feel really not realistic necessarily, but you feel like you have everything you do has an effect. So the gunplay is really clever. The skills you can use are really clever as well. I feel like it's been very well thought out and developed.
Yeah.
I mean, at the moment, I'm sitting on about an 8 out of 10 for it.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Considering this isn't your sort of game.
Yeah.
That's.
But there's the whole story, which is about apparently 30 hours long. So I'm about halfway into that, and after that, you got this end game Dark Zone stuff. So you could choose a different kind of skill level. You get different abilities and all this, and then you've got this whole new area where I can go into it now, and we've explored it a little bit. But you can go in, and as well as fighting NPCs, there are other real people, so you can both try and go for the same loot and stuff like that.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I'm not saying. I don't think you would sit there and play it for ages. And wouldn't necessarily, but I am really enjoying it, and I enjoy playing it when I do play it. I'd much rather play that than like Apex Legends, for example.
Yeah, and from what I mean, I've not played the Division 2 yet, but I've watched all your streams, and personally, I think I would much rather play the Division than, like you say, something like Apex or any Battle Royale game. You know, I think there's a lot more to it, and I remember asking, or like, before you played it, talking about what might put me off as there not being much of a story. Was I right in thinking that?
Oh, there's like zero story.
Okay, that's a bit of a shame.
No, it's like, I mean, I read up on the first one because I didn't play it, and essentially what's happened is some guys tried to kind of cause not nuclear war, like chemical warfare, and he fucked up New York, and then this guy's like gone and done the same to DC, and you got to try and save it, and
someone really needs to stop this guy.
Yeah, I know.
He's just going around nuking all these.
I don't know if he died or not, and you got to look after who's left, or look after survivors, make them part of your crew. The story's non-existent. I haven't paid attention to one cutscene. It hasn't really mattered.
That's a good thing as well. I mean, I am very much an absolute sucker for stories.
Yeah, but you say that, but you play FIFA.
But I play, yeah. Hey, journey mode.
That you haven't finished.
I haven't finished.
Shut your mouth.
Call me out on that. It's true. No, I get what you're saying. You don't. If the gameplay's good enough, you don't need a story.
No,
I completely agree with that. But where I'm coming from is, for me, because I don't love shooters. If there isn't some sort of like, okay, I need to see what happens next in the story, then what is keeping me?
Yeah, what's keeping you on that?
I tell you what. Best example: Spec Ops: The Line. My favorite shooter of all time, because the story was so damn good that it didn't matter if, like, okay, this ain't the sort of thing I usually play. It didn't matter. I was like, I want to carry on playing to see what happens, and I was rewarded massively for doing so. And I love that game. It's one of my favourite sort of PS3 games of all time.
Yeah.
And I think it always flies under the radar. So, I think that's where I'm coming from when I say I kind of really want stories.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be in everything. Like, if the gameplay's good enough, it doesn't matter.
No.
But also, it can be very, 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 very helpful. Something like that.
Good finish.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
You playing anything else?
Yeah, no. So that's not really the main game I'm playing. I've just spent 10 minutes.
Is it not? Oh, okay.
Still, like I say, Dragon Quest 11, I'm still playing and enjoying. I'm not like really. I'm like less than 20 hours into it, but
You're not good
love
for
it.
your
Like, I
family
think
teammate
it's
already.
still brilliant. I can't wait to play it more and more. But same sort of thing. I want to have a whole night on it.
Yeah.
The other problem that is battling that is I'm playing Dark Souls, and I've got back into it. So not just last night, but I played it this week. I got to Andor Londo, I think it's called.
Right.
And Orlando, something like that. People know better than me. It's hard. Like, the bit I've got to, there's loads of hard stuff before that, loads of hard bosses and things. Got to this bit, I was like, oh god, it's hard. It just gets harder and harder and harder. But that's, I love it, and I think the fact that I'm playing two big RPGs, like one RPG and one JRPG. Well, yeah, classic JRPG is what I mean.
Yep.
Even though I think Dark Souls from a Japanese company.
I get what you're saying. Like, they're
like
two games that are very difficult to manage at the same time.
Yeah. But that's what I like. That's what I like playing more than anything else in the world. But I do want to play something a bit more less. I want to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey still quite badly.
I still need to lend you Devil May Cry 5.
Devil May Cry 5, the new Far Cry. It's like, when do you get all this fucking time?
It's not fair.
It's like, well,
Damn being an adult.
playing these, like, apparently Dragon Quest is like 100 hours. Dark Souls is about 70 or 80 for a new person.
You're starting to see my problem with bloody RPGs.
I know, and I'm like, I maybe get like, like a good week I'll get like 12 to 15 hours. Bad weeks like 6 to 8 hours on PlayStation. Do you know what I mean?
No, I get what you mean. Well, if I've got a busy week, it's often 0 hours. You know what I mean? Like, if I've got a lot on, I've literally got to come home from work. Like, if I'm working late, for example, I'm out until 6 o'clock, get home, make dinner, spend a bit of time with the missus, and that's pretty much every evening. You get to the weekend, you might be like, have a wedding to go to, something like that, and then by the time Sunday rolls around, it's like, I cannot be asked to play that bloody RPG or any game, you know what I mean? No. And you often do get weeks like that, unfortunately, and I think we're sort of going off the beaten track here, but like, it's just being an adult, isn't it?
It makes bigger games harder to play.
Yeah, and the fact that you're now trying to juggle two of those bad boys.
Yeah.
I do kind of feel sorry for you there. I feel sorry for you there because you know you're enjoying both the games.
Yeah.
But I mean, like that must be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Probably doesn't help that we spent like this whole entire weekend playing FIFA.
No.
we could have been.
Well, so I could have just brought my PlayStation and played something else.
I mean, that would have been very antisocial.
It would have been weird.
It would have been. We played Dark Souls though.
Yeah.
So we've had a bit of RPG.
Yeah.
Put into this
It's
weekend.
not been all
which
about
is good.
FIFA.
Okay, so you're playing basically loads of games.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I said on the podcast already that I completed Devil May Cry 5.
No.
Did that get said? I can't remember if we talked about it last time.
No, I think you should.
But I finished Devil May Cry 5. I'm not going to go into spoilers because it's still quite fresh. But I really enjoyed it. I mean, I've already said I think it's my favourite one in the series. I think I sort of need more time to reflect. You had a quick go on it.
Yeah.
You don't have any more? Do you have any thoughts?
I'm looking forward to playing it for sure. Like
Dante's so cool, isn't he?
Dante's really cool. It's a lot to take in when you first put him on. Like, because I jumped into like a mission. It was a few missions into when you start as him, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you had everything, and I was like,
I did kind of throw you in the
oh
deep
my
end.
god! No,
I was like, yeah, because I've obviously unlocked, all of Dante's stuff. So I'm just like, go in and have a bit of fun with Dante. And you're like, oh my god, what is this? Why is it on Michael Jackson?
Why is it got a hat? Why is there a motorbike? Oh my god, there's a bazooka. It was like mental, but it was cool. Like it felt like the old games. And then I tried V, didn't like it that much.
Yeah, you didn't get on with V, did
No.
you? And I think I might be the only person that actually quite likes using
I was
V.
like,
I think I'm on my own there.
I just felt like it was button bashing that didn't overly work.
See, for me, I felt like it was button bashing that did work.
Right. But there's the two opinions. It's button bashing if you like it or not.
Which I am shamefully do.
And what's the other guy called?
Nero.
Nero. He's cool.
Yeah, Nero's cool. Nero's like just sort of the main character in it.
It's
I don't want to
quite-
say he's basic 'cause he's not, but he is like the middle ground.
Yeah.
Like Dante's so over the top, V's so simple.
Yeah.
And then Nero is that like middle character in a way.
I think it's quite like it's clever how they've built three completely different combat systems in one game, in
Yeah.
one relatively short game as well.
Yeah, it's only like I think you can complete it in like 10 hours. Well,
Yeah.
technically you can complete it in like 10 minutes. But
Yeah.
that's if you know the secret. It's not. Is it a secret? I don't know. It's this particular trophy, which we couldn't do. You tried.
I didn't.
I
Yeah.
feel like we're talking in riddles because I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah.
So you loved it.
I loved it. I did. I really liked it.
Is it your game of the year so far?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. But then it is my game of the year so far. But I haven't played that many new games, and there's a few big ones I've missed. Like, I haven't played Resi 2 yet.
Yeah.
I do want to play Resident
Yeah.
Evil 2. I know I love that. I'm just sort of waiting to get it on a bargain price, to tell you the truth. I've already paid Capcom for a full price game.
Yeah. Next one can't be full price.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that is my game of the year so far. But I don't think it will become the end of the year.
Okay.
I'd be very surprised. In fact, I probably won't even be in my top 3 come the end of the year. I don't think. It might be, I don't know. But basically, I really enjoyed it.
3 and a bit months into the year and it's your top.
Yeah. 3, we're like 4 months into the year and 3 months. And yeah, can't count months.
No.
Too much to drink. Right, shall we move on
Yeah.
to trophy talk?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Why
Why not?
I think this is the quickest we've got to trophy talk.
I know. I don't think we've ever made this trophy talk in half an hour.
No.
But then I kind of feel like now we don't have to rush it. We can really rip the piss into each other for our terrible trophies or amazing trophies.
Or, yeah.
I'm tempted to know what you've gone with. I need to know.
Right, okay.
You go first.
So mine
Hit me
was,
with it.
I'm going to just check my notes here, everybody.
Very professional. I'll carry the podcast while Hardy checks his notes.
Right, Sherlock
I was
Holmes.
back already. Sherlock Holmes. That was really good. Did I get the platinum on
Yeah.
that? Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Oh, okay. So was it not just one
Did you think it was gonna? I was
be a
gonna
shit
go.
one?
Okay, it's not great. It's a PC game that's been ported to PS4 or PS3. It's PS3. Yeah. It's a bit fiddly, but I quite like the story, and I quite like sort of discover. Like I can't remember the story now. Like it was so long ago.
One of the various Sherlock Holmes stories.
Yeah, but if I remember right, like it was sort of around the time it was definitely around the time we were in the midst of our trophy war and like trying to get desperate platinums where we could.
Yeah.
But it was something about I sort of saw that one as like, okay, yeah, it's meant to be an easy platinum, but it also looks like the sort of crap game I'd enjoy.
Yeah.
'Cause it's not great. It's not a classic by any means. It's really not. They did make a couple of them, mind. And I can't remember what the developer. They've got like a new game coming out.
What
as
was
well.
the gameplay like?
point and click.
Okay.
Basically, there's no action to it. It's literally point, click, collect a load of documents, try piece them all together. Like, you wouldn't be able to move on to the next bit until you would, like, found a certain newspaper clipping. Or it was just complete point and click game. And figuring out, you know, what had happened to a particular person, or sort of how the story all fit together to find out who's, like, the criminal. You could, like, walk around and do stuff, you know, it wasn't completely just, like, you're literally choosing options all the time. You could walk around and discover things, and I actually remember it looking quite good as well for a cheap game, because I think I picked it up for, like, fucking going back a bit here, but I think it was, like, 15 quid, pretty much brand new, you know, so it was a nice little bargain, an easy platinum as well. I think pretty much all you had to do, from what I can remember, was complete the game. A bit like a Telltale game in a way. But you complete it and you pretty much get the platinum. I think you had to do a few other little bits, and I'd have to look at the trophy list to refresh myself. But like, and there was a few other little bits you had to go up and mop up. But I remember it wasn't one of those games that I was forcing myself to finish to get the platinum. Yeah, like we had so many times before.
So many times, yeah.
It was more of just I'm enjoying this. I want to figure out what happens. Again, I'm a sucker for a story, so like, you know, I wanted to know what happened in it and how it all played out.
I suppose out of all characters, it's probably one of the ones that you can really rely on for a good story, isn't
it? Yeah, it is. Like, I mean, if you're playing a Sherlock Holmes game,
you know it's going to be all right.
I mean, you're not going in for the excellent combat.
No, you're not.
But
unless you Robert Downey Jr.
Well, that's true. Can you imagine if I was just like, oh yeah, it was a movie tie-in to the Robert Downey Jr. one? No, it was very much like a PC point-and-click game that they had ported to PS4, and it worked well. In fact, I think they even had a sequel to it that I probably missed. And they've got like a new game coming as well. I can't remember the name of it now. Like, it's really bad. I should remember the name, but I just kind of saw it and like. But it was that one I was telling you about that you couldn't get that hasn't got a UK release date yet.
Oh yeah,
I think that's made by the same people. Yeah. So you know, it definitely wasn't a game like just a crap game I played to get the platinum. Don't get me wrong. The fact that I had a quick Google search and saw that it was a relatively easy platinum probably played into my decision to pick it up. But by any means wasn't one of those games. It was, you know, it's not great. I probably would have rated it like a 7 out of 10. But considering some of the utter shite we played, 7 out of 10 is pretty high up. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's all I got to say on Sherlock Holmes, really. Cool. I think you might spend a little while on yours.
What?
Yeah. We are going to talk about
Bum-ba-da-bum.
A game that I think you probably would rate higher than a 7.
Bum-ba-da-bum.
And it is Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you'd like that. I thought you'd like that.
It's such a good choice.
Basically, I've picked it. Okay, I was going to sort of take the piss to say it's one of those trophies where you've actually got 70% of the platinum because you've not done the DLC.
Yeah.
But I don't care about that. I know you love that game.
Yeah.
And I'm basically just giving you an open mic to talk about how much you love
So it was my
Shadow of Mordor.
First PS4 platinum.
Was it?
Yeah. Shadow of Mordor.
I don't know what my first PS4 platinum was. I have no idea.
So I know it was because I got it. It was one of the kind of because I got the PS4 late. It was one of the
games I
got when it.
Did it come out on both PS3 and PS4?
Pass.
Don't know. Maybe. I got a feeling it did. By
it's amazing. Like it's so it's basically the Batman engine, but with Lord of the Rings. I can't. You played it?
Yeah, it's sitting there.
How far did you
got
get?
it for me for my birthday?
Oh yeah.
I got quite far in.
Yeah.
I didn't complete it. I got quite far in. I played it a lot.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed the combat.
Oh,
like loved it. Like
when you like start to get the specials and you can like decapitate like 4 orcs at once or whatever, it's amazing. Like, but you have to build your way up to that, and it's the fact that you've got the combat mixed with the Lord of the Rings mythology, mixed with a really good the mercenary system. So
yes,
the orcs that kill you get promoted,
and they remember you and stuff like that. I always find that really cool. Yeah. I would lose like hours just trying to go find one that killed me. Like, even though my head said, don't go after him yet.
Yeah.
He just fucked you up.
Yeah.
He's been promoted. He's even stronger now.
Yeah.
You need to get better. And I'm like, no!
I'll do it.
I could go kick his ass and then, like, get destroyed again. And he gets promoted again.
I had so much fun. I think the thing about the Platinum was, obviously, before the DLC came out, I played most of the game, and I had done a lot of what I wanted to just for fun. And the Platinum was like a couple of easy trophies away, kind of like it was like.
So you didn't necessarily go out with the intention of getting the Platinum?
I don't think I did. I think it was more that I'd done most of the trophies, and it was like, well, these couple of extra things can get you a Platinum. I was like, yeah, why not? I love the game.
Yeah,
And it wasn't like, oh, go and collect 1,000 sparkly bows or whatever. I can't remember what they were, but it wasn't
like those fucking ravens in God of War.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I remember that one of the Godfather games had like a really annoying collectibles thing.
Most of them do. I mean, I reckon like 99% of these platinums we've got have always involved going around and getting collectibles that bring you no more. Like, they don't give you any good experience in the game.
Collect 1,000 gummy bears.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it doesn't make the game any more enjoyable. In fact, it does the opposite.
I think Shadow of Mordor is, if you love the game, it's a relatively easy platinum. You just have to cover certain stipulations to get it.
Yeah.
But it's incredible. Like, Shadow of Mordor is better than Shadow of War.
Shadow of War being the sequel.
Because Shadow of War is too drawn out.
It didn't have like a shitty loot box system.
It had a loot box system, which didn't ruin the game, but it also had this you know how in this one you've got the chiefs and stuff, you've got to kill them. It has the same system, but you've also got bases that you have to take over. And the problem with
what, like Far Cry?
No, yeah, but like at a bigger scale. So you have to go. You have to take on their army and then weaken their army, and you have to go and take down their base. So you have to go into the base and take them all, and the ones you've corrupted fight for you, and the other ones don't. And you've got to go all the way to the end. You've got to get into the castle, and then you've got to fight like a really hard boss.
For those of you obviously who are listening and can't see the little map that he's trying to draw me on the table right now,
and it's really hard, and if you lose, it all kind of gets reset.
Okay.
And the problem with the end of the game was you have to do this a lot of times, and it gets
repetitive and really annoying.
The game's still great because it's still the same combat system. You've still got the mercenary system. It's still Lord of the Rings.
But saying that, you just might as well go play the first one then. I remember you saying to me actually, because when you gave me the first one for my birthday, and like at the time the second one was out, and you were like, "Yeah, this one's better."
Yeah. It's just because it's more of a compact kind of enjoyable game, whereas the number two tried to draw it all out for no apparent reason.
It tried to go too big when it didn't necessarily need to. You can stick to what works.
They could have added the bases and not made it like the last third of the game is all about that. You have to over and over again, and it just gets boring.
Was this a popular opinion in most people?
Yeah, a lot of people thought the same.
Like the second one.
Yeah.
Because all I really heard on the second one was a lot of people didn't like the loot boxes and felt a bit shafted by it. But that's sort of in everything now,
yeah,
isn't
so it's
it?
like you just have to accept it.
It's like pretty much...
I felt like it didn't affect me. I felt like I still had the items I wanted to. But Shadow of Mordor is an amazing game that I would say every PS4 owner has to play.
Yeah, I'm glad I did. Like, I never finished it, to be honest though, it's not like I didn't finish it and then fuck it. I mean, the fact it's still sat there means that one day I have every intention of going back and trying to do it.
But it definitely scratched the Arkham itch, if you know what I mean.
Oh god, yeah, 100%. You know, one of my favourite things to do on that game was to, like, with a lot of games now, I never listen to music when I play games because the soundtracks are important or like the story's important or it takes you out of it or whatever. But that was one of the games where I love just putting on a metal album. Yeah. And then just going around and murdering things to metal. And I would just lose hours upon hours doing that.
Just having fun. I love like dropping into like a pit full of orcs and stuff and just like, right, come on there.
Yeah, and he just absolutely annihilate everyone.
It was just so good.
What would you give it out of 10? Did you review it?
No, I think it was before all this.
It was before.
Before the mighty days of respawning. I'd probably give it like a 9.
So pretty strong. Strong. Worth platinuming.
Yeah. So it's amazing. It's maybe even a little bit high. Like I probably wouldn't. It's not flawless, but it's an incredibly fun, great action game. Which is apart from RPGs, amazing action games are my other cup of tea.
That's true, and they are my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Which was a great recommendation for me.
It's like a soft RPG, isn't it?
Yeah, it does have RPG elements, but not enough to put you off if you don't like that sort of thing. Like, it's not that it's optional, but it's not the main part of the game, is it? All right, well, there we go. I thought you'd enjoy talking about that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, thanks. That's good.
I thought, he'll like that. Right then, let's finish on what we always finish on here at the PlayStation Pod. We talk about the PlayStation Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You're beating me now. You're 2-1 up.
Oh, wow. I'm about to go 3-1 up.
You're about to go 3-1 up, confident man. I mean, last week Silent Hill 2 went in.
Yep.
After I tried to get a way out in.
Yep.
Bit of a weak entry, really, a way out in, but I love that game so much.
It's a great game, and it should be in there.
Yeah, and week before that, I can't remember. What did you have a week? You got Uncharted then. You got an Uncharted 2 the week before that. And then the week before that, I got The Last of Us in. So Naughty Dog getting a lot of love.
Yeah.
You got a Naughty Dog game today?
Crash Bandicoot.
Wow. I'd say that does deserve its place.
It does deserve. I laugh, but it's an amazing game. It's not Crash Bandicoot though.
Okay, right. No, I haven't got Crash Bandicoot either. Nor have I got one of the other Uncharted games. So,
Yeah, Uncharted 3.
Yeah. Well, again, does deserve its place. But do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You go.
Right.
Yeah, go on.
So the theme of this podcast has somewhat been Mikey doesn't like RPGs.
What are you choosing?
I'm shacking up with an RPG right here.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. I'm coming right in with a PlayStation 1 RPG.
Oh.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
It's Legend of Dragoon.
I knew it would be that.
Legend of Dragoon. I'm going to fight so hard to get this in. Did you read my article on PlayStation Classics? I would love to
get remastered.
get remade. Yeah. But I think, Legend of Dragoon was, quite high up on that list.
Yeah.
And I just went into like a massive, not rant, but almost like a passion piece of how like this is the only RPG that's ever stuck with me and made me like love it and want to play it all the time. It's the only RPG. It was 4 discs. Like for young me on the PS1, like 4 discs in mental.
Yeah.
And like the fact that I went through all of it, I was like, I could do that again.
Yeah.
I loved it. And I get it. It's pretty much a Final Fantasy rip-off. I know it is. But I played Legend of Dragoon before I played Final Fantasy. I never really... And I just like, I just prefer Legend of Dragoon. I just loved it. Like, it's
hard. I've never played it, so I don't have anything to compare to. I can't...
It's a JRPG, mate.
No. Yeah, but I was too busy playing Final Fantasy.
Yeah. He's like, I'm just too busy playing the proper one. I don't know, I just love the story. Okay, it's a bit stereotypical story that Dart's city, or Dart's hometown, gets destroyed by a big monster, and then he meets his love interest, and they go off and collect up a load of other friends along the way until you've got a great big party, and then it's turn-based combat. It's very, very typical RPG, but I loved it, and it basically took up probably a good sort of 3 years of my life. Just me and my mates always playing it and enjoying it and taking turns to borrow it. You have it, I have it, and like I just had I love it. I probably should have done a bit more research coming into it to remember more than just a few characters' names and but it was my first proper RPG experience, and it's got a proper big place in my heart, in my gaming heart. That's Legend of Dragoon, and I absolutely fucking love it. And I'm going to really fight to get this one in there, because the idea of Legend of Dragoon, and you could argue it is pretty much PlayStation exclusive, I think. I don't think it's ever been out on anything. Yeah, because it was made by Sony Interactive Studios, or whatever it is, or SIE, whatever. It was a Sony exclusive. Yeah. So, big, massive PlayStation RPG exclusive right there. I mean, it would have been PS1. There wasn't much competition then, was there?
No.
N64, I guess, but anyway, Legend of Dragoon, I absolutely love it.
Okay.
And I will fight it. I'm going to fight this one hard.
Well, it's funny you should speak about JRPGs and what game you just compared it to.
You're not coming in with a Final Fantasy game.
I've genuinely chosen Final Fantasy X.
Oh, fuck off.
Final Fantasy X...
Oh my, I don't actually know how we're going to separate this, because we're both going to come in like passionately.
Yeah, Final Fantasy X is the best turn-based game ever made. It's got amazing characters that you care about. It's got a brilliant story. It's got a really fun open world that you want to constantly grind in. It kind of brought like the 3D gaming, like made it really good. It was one of the best looking games at the time. It's got a really cool antagonist. The boss is hard, and he gets harder and harder, and you have to fight him loads of times. But there's 2 of them, to be honest. This is a classic. It's Final Fantasy, and I would say 80% of people would say Final Fantasy X is a classic over Legends of Dragoon.
Yeah, but those 80% of people aren't here. It's only me and you.
Final Fantasy X can't not go in.
When did Final Fantasy X come out?
I don't know.
Ish.
It was a PS2 exclusive.
Well, PS2, so after Legend of Dragoon. Legend of Dragoon did it first.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, but that obviously it wasn't. I was not talking about fucking Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy probably did one before Legend of Dragoon.
Yeah,
I know. I don't know. Like, there's no way of separating it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're both the same sort
thing
of game,
for us,
but for each other. I really don't know how we're going to separate this. I feel like we need a third person. Do you know anyone?
2001.
Okay, so a few years later.
Wasn't it?
Years later.
Was it? I think it was an exclusive.
Legend of Dragoon, I think, was like 99.
PlayStation 2.
I think.
You want to find out?
Which one was? I might have played Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, one with Tidus.
It's got the Oh my god, what's his name?
Wacker?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
the ball guy.
the Kiwi basically guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I liked him.
Yeah. Great
That
game.
doesn't mean that it goes in over Legend Dragoon though. I'm not. You're not taking it that easy. Ask the group.
Well, I can't. What? We can't settle this, can we? I can't accept Legend like.
I can't sit here and say, like, as somebody as probably the only person on this planet that will defend Legends Dragoon over Final Fantasy. I can't sit here and go on and put your Final Fantasy game in over mine.
No, fair enough.
And you're probably thinking the same.
Yeah.
I actually have no idea how we're going to settle this.
Fight to the death.
All right, we'll be right back. Fight to the death, but turn-based.
Yeah. I choose fire.
Would it be too much of a cowardly thing to put them both in? I'm okay, right, put it this way. I am not backing down. There's no way I'm letting a Final Fantasy game go in over Legend Dragoon. I get it, and that's before all the Final Fantasy haters, or no fans, start hating on me. It's just because I haven't played them. I understand they're absolute quality games, and they have this deep lore, and they're amazing, I know. But I haven't played them.
Yeah,
I played Legends Dragoon, and I love it. And it's like the only RPG that I've properly played. And okay, I played Oblivion properly, but I'm not sure if I finished that. Legends Dragoon, I did everything. I like dedicated my life to that shit. How many RPGs have you dedicated your life to? Loads. See, so Final Fantasy X ain't that special, really.
Yeah, but it's like the one that got me into it all.
Okay.
Final Fantasy X was, it was like my first gateway RPG, really. It was, because that would have been 11. So before that, I hadn't played many massive RPGs, if I'm honest. I played a little bit of like Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy X was the one.
The one for you.
The one.
Well, Legend Dragoon's the one for me.
We can't.
They're gonna both have to go in. I mean,
it's not like a
thing is, a part of me wants to say like put it to a poll. Like we'll do a Facebook poll or something, but I feel like I'm gonna get annihilated.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna put both in it.
That's why I don't want to do it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I think I've got a better chance of like breaking you down. No?
Than the public.
Yeah.
I think that Legends of Dragoon means more to you than Final Fantasy X does to me.
Well, it's the only, again, I keep stressing a broken record here, but it is the only RPG game that I've loved. It would have been my game of the year that year. Because it would have been the only game I played that year.
Yeah, it would have been.
It was like, you were 10 years old. I wasn't, I was.
Like then, like game of the years were easy.
I was in secondary school, so I would have been, I don't know, because I didn't play it like the year it come out, to be fair.
You probably been about 12-ish.
My mate told me they got it imported from Japan, but I don't think I believe him.
That's lying, it.
I think he's lying, yeah. I have to ask him.
Right, you can have Legends of Dragoon.
Yes! Is that a sympathy vote?
No, yeah, kind of. I'll bring Final Fantasy X back in.
Okay, and I can't guarantee that I'll let it in then. Because it depends what game I'm bringing to the
Yeah,
table
right,
then.
yeah.
You've still got Tekken to bring back as well.
Yeah, I know.
I may never bring a way out back.
It always leaves. Bring it back Final Fantasy X, yeah.
Okay. Alright then. Legends Dragoon gets into the PlayStation Hall of Fame.
We need like a sound effect.
We do. Lock door.
Lock door.
I don't know. Has a Hall of Fame got a big lock door?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I think we need to get out of here because we've nearly completed our daytime drinking.
Yeah.
And you need to go home.
Yeah.
It's been good.
Yeah, it's been good.
It's been fun. Right, let's do some plugs and then we'll go. As always, we ask you to go check out respawning.co.uk for all the latest news and reviews. Check out Respawning's YouTube channel, where you can watch us get drunk on that as well. I promise you, not all of Respawning is me and Javi getting drunk.
Yeah, it's only one.
It's a bit of a one-off, I promise.
Bespoke weekends.
But we also have a lot of cool stuff on there. I did a top 10 of my favourite wrestling games, because it's WrestleMania weekend, so go check that out. We've got loads on there. I mean, the guys did a Division 2.
Yeah, what?
What? Javi's done. He's gone.
I'm done.
He's passed out. He's
Division 2 stream, plus loads of written content that we've done recently, plus podcasts. and stuff.
Okay, he's gone. Right, I'll finish this off.
I really need a wee.
Well, you can go for a wee, it's fine.
Like,
Okay, we'll finish this off so Javi can go for a wee. Right, check out respawn.co.uk. Check out Respawners YouTube channels. Check out all our Facebooks and Twitters. And if you're feeling really generous and think that the beer we're drinking is too cheap, then please sign up for Patreon so we can buy better beer. No. Joking apart.
Mike needs a new controller, so
I do need a new controller. Joking apart, like, you know, if you like what we do, then please check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/respawning, because any little bit you could give can help us make the content we give you better. So
yeah,
please do that. And until next time, stay safe, people, and we will
keep playing PlayStation.
keep playing PlayStation. We will be more sober next time, I promise.
Bye.
Maybe. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.